Thank you all. I hope you all had a good prep time. Now let's start with the first speaker on the proposition side, Ayushree.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ayushree, and for the motion, government should tax the income of home. So, who are NRIs? The basic question: non-resident Indians who live abroad but are the citizens of India. No, not just that. People who have special reservations and special provisions and who live abroad. And why should the government tax these NRIs? Well, it's the duty of every citizen has a duty towards the country and has to pay back for all the resources used by them. That is the land, the food, education, and in the form of jobs, they can contribute to the development of the country. But these NRIs live abroad and contribute to the development of the country they live in rather than the country they use the resources from. And secondly, these NRIs have special provisions too, like banks offer special overseas accounts. You can even vote for elections, but you have to be physically present in the polling booth. And the education system in India allows special reservation quota for NRIs. This is like you use the resources, but you still want to contribute in the form of just voting, but not in the form of a human capital. So the most important resource a country can have is a human capital, because a human has the ability to use all the other resources and use it for the development of a country. But these NRIs have used the resources and are now living in some other country and contributing over there. These people also have some property tax reservations and provisions. Unlike a resident Indian who can claim a deduction only up to rupees 1.5 lakh for home loan interest, there is no upper limit on this for an NRI. Like residents, other deductions such as stamp duty, registration charges, municipal taxes paid during the year, and a flat 30% of the rent, including municipal taxes, deduction for maintenance is available to NRIs as well. So even if they aren't contributing towards the country's development, they still are getting so many provisions and are just like an Indian citizen. Well, of course, they are Indian citizens who live abroad, but who are just not contributing towards the success, towards the success and the development of a country. So a country can use humans in military, or use the income they or tax the income they earn. So what what a government can do is tax the income they earn abroad, or it should be it should be like this like in Japan, or in like in South Korea. Like, you must serve the country's military for 3 years minimum. So there are some ways a person can pay back to the country, and these are some ways, and it's really important for our citizens to pay back to the country for the resources they have used.
Okay. Thank you. Now the next speaker is now going to be on the against side, and the first speaker is Ankur.
NRIs means the non-resident Indians. They do not live in India, and they do not have any income from India's economy. So they should not be charged any taxes, and they don't do anything for India, and they directly or indirectly work for the country they live in. So they should not be charged their hard-earned money on expenses that are useless. This can also make others to think that the Indian government is bankrupt or something, and they are charging money for people who don't even come to India, and they are just charged due to their birthplace. And all taxes are actually set up on the present situation, not the past ones, because now they have moved down to other countries, so they should not be charged taxes in the present situation. In past, they might be when they were in India, they might be collecting taxes for because they were living in India, and now this can also socially and economically damage and ultimately spoil the hard work image and reputation the Indian government has built up over the years. And now the taxes indirectly mean that you are paying to the government because they provide you with services. but collecting taxes for getting no services from the Indian government and getting all the services from the country that they live in. Actually, there is no rhyme or reason to collect taxes legally. Okay, so now as Ayushree said that we should charge them the taxes because they are working, they have the right to vote and have an education system, but it does not mean that they are getting all the services from the government. Like if they have just come for some time, they will get the services for that time, and afterwards they can just pay the taxes and then go away to their actual country where they are actually staying. So they can be only charged the taxes only once because they already have a citizenship of India. It is included if they have the citizenship of India. If they don't have, then it's actually illegal to take taxes by the government. And if they have a citizenship of India, they can just pay the taxes for the time which they are living in India, and afterwards they should not be charged any of the taxes because they are not getting any services from them. And also the education system, if someone is actually staying in another country, let's say America, so actually they can't be getting all the education system from India, right? For convenience they should go and take a school of local school which is available in that area.
Okay, thank you. Cool. I think the next speaker is Manasvi.
Yes, ma'am, it's me. So my name is Manasvi Kshirsagar, and I am here for the motion that government should tax NRIs. So my points are that NRIs have been at some point in India. They have used the India's resources, and it is their duty to see that the place where they were born is getting paid. Like they should pay the taxes. And yet another point of mine is that most studies show that most of the NRIs were sent for a few years to abroad and were expected to return back to India, as many of the NRIs have signed bonds with the companies. However, many of the NRIs, many of the people do not return back to India, and sometimes the government or the India loses great minds to other countries. So there are fines for betraying the bond, but then the tax paying taxes should also be the way to recover all the money lost for the person, as the company has paid for the person's stay and travel when the person was with the company. Yet another point is that NRIs are allowed to vote in India. So if they are being given such an important decision from the government of India, then it is only fair that they should be paying taxes, as if they are getting involved with the matters of India, then the government has a right to charge them. This is all I wanted to say.
Well, thank you, Manasvi. Thank you for that speech. Now we are going to go to the second against speaker, which is Aarav.
So I am going to speak against the topic that the government should tax the NRIs. I think that the government should not tax NRIs, as they are coming to the country for only a short period of time, and they are not living. I mean, for a lifetime in that country. So I think that they should not tax the NRIs, and also if the the government starts taxing the NRIs, then other people will, or other countries will think that the Indian government is very selfish, and so there will be a very less amount of tourists in our country, and also it might happen that due to this thing, as Ankur said, the other countries would think that India is also the country is also bankrupt, so they would stop the relationship or the trading with the country. So I think that they should the government should not take taxes from the NRI.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to stop your timer now. You get another 2 minutes, Aarav, to make a reply speech. Can I give you 2 minutes? Can I set a timer for 2 minutes now?
Okay, miss.
Okay.
Yes, miss. As Manasvi said that the people they are coming in the country and using the resources of the country, but they are but I think that the people those who are coming, most of the people might be coming for business purposes, and so it is a profit for the company and the country also, as the foreign companies are having a relationship or trading with the they are having a relationship with the companies in the foreign also, and so there will be a profit for them. And she also told that so they are also given the rights for voting. I think that they are as they are means living in India for a particular period of time. So I think the government is giving them the right for voting.
Thank you.
Can I start?
Yes, Manasvi, I'm going to set your timer for 2 minutes.
Yes, my response speech would be that even though people say that NRIs do not use the resources every day, I mean every time, they use it only when they come to India. The NRIs may come at a later date to settle to India, and this might be done in the dark so that no one will ever know, and they will still try to evade the taxes. So we never know what the people think. Also, as Aarav said, that people will think that the Indian government is selfish and bankrupt as it taxes its NRIs. However, the people can also think that the Indian government does not let their people on loose, and even if they have gone and settled in a new country, that does not mean that they are free from their obligations as Indian citizens. Uh, they will have to continue to respect the Indian government, and paying taxes might be the way to do so. So that is all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Manasvi. Great. I guess we'll go to our last speaker. The third speaker on the against, or rather the opposition side. We'll come back to Harshvardhan. That being said, the third speaker is Ayaan. Ayaan, are you ready? I'll set your timer now.
Yes, miss. Can I start?
Yes, you can start.
I am against that NRI that government should tell NRIs to pay tax. First of all, because NRI is a non-residential Indian, which means that by birth he is an Indian, but he no more lives in India. So it basically means that he does not have as many resources as a residential Indian, and he does not live in India anymore. And currently, the if you are an NRI, you have to pay taxes which is occurred in India. Only that is taxable, and income which is earned outside India is not taxable in India. What I think is that NRI should not pay taxes even if they are sending the income in India, because first of all they don't have any access to the resources in India, nor do they live in India, and as they don't live in India, even if they don't pay tax, it will not impact the economy.
Cool. You have 2 minutes for a reply speech. Can I give you a 2-minute timer?
But Harshvardhan didn't speak.
That's okay. I don't know if we're going to get Harshvardhan back,
Evening,
but you can
ma'am.
reply. Yes, is that Harshvardhan?
Yes, ma'am. Due to the network issue, I was getting a lot of lag. Now, miss, can I speak?
Yes, Harshvardhan, you can start now. But before you start, Ayaan, wait till Harshvardhan finishes speaking and then you can stop for 2 minutes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. Harshvardhan, your timer for 3 minutes starts now. Please start.
Ma'am, the NRIs be outside the country for a specific period of time. They return after that period of days or months is over. They use the resources present in India. They have the responsibilities of electing the members as the other residents. So I think that they should pay uh, tax for the benefit of their country.
Harshvardhan, you're on mute. Can you please go off mute? Harshvardhan? Hey, is everyone else able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Ma'am, he
Harshvardhan.
posted that he has done.
Oh, that he's done. Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know, Harshvardhan. You have 2 minutes for a reply speech. Can I give you the 2 minutes now? He's
Yes,
typing
ma'am.
yes. Okay, great. I'm going to give you 2 minutes now, okay? I'm going to stop the previous timer and I'm going to give you 2 minutes for a reply speech now. And your time starts now.
Ma'am, as Arav said that it is going to affect the number of tourists visiting our country. It would not go like that, as the tourists have nothing to do with the income tax collected from the NRIs.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to stop your timer. Thank you, Harshvardhan. I'm going to go back to Aarav. Sorry, Ayaan, for your 2 minute speech. Ayaan, are you ready?
Yes, miss. Miss, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I'm
So
going to
can
start
I
your timer
start?
for 2 minutes.
Miss, so can I start?
1 minute. Yeah, you can start now.
Miss, so in my response speech, Miss as Harshvardhan said that once an NRI comes to India, he is able to access all the resources. But if you are an NRI and you return to India, you will be deemed as RNOR, which means not ordinary resident, and this status will be there for 2 years. And eventually, after the conditions for an NOR are not satisfied, you will finally become a residential Indian ordinary resident, which is an ROR. And basically the taxability on both NRI and RNOR currently are the same. So even if you come to India, you will still be taxed, and basically it will not harm the government, because if you will use any resources, you will still be taxed for that. So I think that what Harshvardhan said is not completely correct, because as soon as that person becomes an ROR, that is ordinary resident, he will still pay the taxes. And as I said, when he becomes an RNOR, he is living in India. So he's still paying the tax, and he is using the resource. Whereas when he is an NRI, he does not live in India, but still currently he is paying the tax. So it just gives a profit
Okay.
to the government.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Ayaan. Your speech is done. Manasvi also spoke for her reply speech. So now we're gonna go back to the first speech. That is Ayushree. Okay, Ayushree, you get your reply speech for 2 minutes now. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna set your timer now. Okay, for 2 minutes, and your time starts now.
So most of the opposition speakers said that charging taxes on the incomes of their own citizens is going to show that the government is bankrupt. So all you are trying to say is all the governments who are taxing their own citizens are bankrupt. Because taxing the own citizens is nothing wrong. It's what a government does, tax its own citizens. And it isn't that the NRIs don't have any benefits or any provisions. And it isn't only that they only have the name tag as an Indian citizen. Government has provided many other provisions and profits to the NRIs. Like they can invest in India, and the interest which is earned from the investment is not taxable. So they can earn profit by being an Indian citizen, and if they don't want to pay taxes and not contribute to the development of their own country, then they have the full right to opt for a permanent citizenship in the country they live.